So the key question, I'm curious, you all are gonna be detectives today. You're gonna look at some pictures, which one is greater, how do you know? That's what we're gonna do across the whole lesson, but first, before we get there, remember how we've sometimes done this puzzle called which one doesn't belong? Let's see, I'm gonna show you a new image today. Which one doesn't belong? So look up there, I'm just curious, there are lots of different answers here. There's not one right answer. I'm curious about your thinking. To you, which one doesn't belong? This is sort of like back at Sesame Street land. Which one doesn't belong? Oh, I see we have ideas. Olivia, great.
B, because it only has one, where the rest of them have 10 units.
Oh, so B only has a 1 unit, and say it again, the rest of them have
10 units, or more.
one more. Love it. Oh, that's such great noticing. Olivia, another one.
I would say C.
What did you say? C doesn't belong because?
C doesn't belong because it has two different units. So it has 2 of the 10s and then 1 of the 1s, whereas all the other ones have more units.
Excellent, Lauren, you agree with that?
that's exactly what it is.
Excellent, that's great. But wait, was Olivia wrong?
No.
No.
Thank
What,
you.
was Libby wrong?
No.
Right, excellent. What's another one that might not belong? Sorry. I don't know, I love the thinking you all looked so carefully up there. I can see a lot of great thoughts. What do you think, Kaylee?
I guess maybe if like A, B, and C all have what 1, 1, and 3, so like odd numbers, and then D is 4 objects, which is a even number.
Oh, look at those light bulbs. Excellent. Liz, do you think it's something similar?
Yeah, I was gonna say A, B, and C all have a 1 in their, somewhere in their number. So like if you were to write out, it's 10, 1, and 21. D is 40, there's no 1 in its answer.
So wait, that's a little bit different though than what Kaylee just said. So Kaylee, you were noticing the number of objects. So this has 3 objects in there, this only has 1, that only has 1. Excellent. But now, and Liz, say yours again.
A, B, and C have a 1 in its written digit, so 10, 1, and 21. D doesn't have a 1 in its answer anywhere.
So who can say again what Liz just said? Sophia.
A, B, and C all have a 1 in their numerical value, so it's 10 that has a 1 in it, 1 is a 1, 21 has a 1, but 40 doesn't contain a 1.
Excellent. We're gonna stop there. There's so many different ways that you could explore that. So as an aside, yes, so this is called which one doesn't belong. It's a great sort of just hook because there's lots of ways that you could see it that could do with counting objects, not even the value of what this is. Excellent. All right, but now let's jump into the value. So I see people told me these numbers. Someone explain to me, why is this only 1, but this is 10? They both have only 1 object that's there. Alexis M. Good. This has 1 object, but we said it is a 1. This has 1 object, but it's a 10. Why?
Because there's 10 little ones in number A, and B is just one of them.
Lovely reference A, B. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was great. So this, but now this both, so what does this 0 mean? Why is there a 0 there? Emily. It is the place down. So but what is there? There's 0 what? That's right. Let's go down here then. Use what Emily just told us and what Alexis told us. Describe to me why this number, I wrote 21. Erin.
Because there are 2 10s and 1 1-unit.
Look at all that great math language that you use. Lauren, could you say again what Erin just said? How do you know this is 21?
Because there's 2, the 10 of the, the thing.
No, what are they? The
Unit?
so this is, how many units are there in this one?
10.
10. So there's 2 what?
2 units.
2 10s, you can say. 2 10s. Yeah, you could call this a 10 because we have 10 units. Good. So there's 2 10s and
1 unit.
excellent. How do you know that?
They're both zeros.
Oh, excellent. So even without the picture, just having the zero there, that is great. Which one is the biggest? Which one is the greatest, I should say, sorry, not biggest. Which one is the greatest? And how you know?
Yeah.
Is it-
So 40. Oh, because there are four, there's four in the tenth place, the other one's in the
That is so interesting. Now, Izzy, you explained that so nicely. She said there is 40. How did she know it was 40? What did she focus on? What did she look at? Lauren?
I think she looked at the rows, so she noticed that there are 4 rows, and each of the rows have 10 in it, so maybe multiplication.
Sure, oh yeah, she's ready for fourth grade, that's great, exactly. But besides looking at the picture, at the number, Liz, what did she do?
4 in the tenth place.
Excellent. So now today, you are gonna get to build numbers like this, but not with pictures, you're gonna use actual objects. I know that we played with this sometimes at recess, and I know you love to build houses with this, but today these are our math tools. So we're gonna be using them like this. You're going to have a number card. You're gonna build it, and then you're gonna put them in order. So if we were to put these in order, which one would be the least amount? Which one is the least? Sydney?
B,
B, why?
because it's just one unit.
Good, so we would have this, good. Which one would we do next? Great, Alexis.
A,
Why?
because it's a 10, but it's also, there are 2 larger than it, so it's not the largest, it's just kind of like there.
Okay, great. And let's see, Lizbeth, what's next? We're going from the least to the greatest. So the 1 was the least, then the 10. Which is the next smallest amount? Is it C or D?
It's C,
Great, what's that number?
21.
So how would I represent that?
2 tenths
Good,
and 1 single unit.
great. Excellent. And the last one, Hope?
D,
What's that one?
40,
How do I represent it?
with 4 tenths.
All right. So now you are going to be showing, so if you look on your sheet, you're gonna get to compare. So the 10, let's see. Oh, you are gonna work with different people here, so, but for right now, let's just pretend that, Evan and Sophia, if you two are partners, so you're going to take out your cards. All right, let's follow the directions here, let's see. So, flip over a card. All right, build it with your 10s and 1s, so just Evan is gonna do this. Ready? So the first person flips, builds it with his 10s and 1s. So, how are you going to know how many 10s you need, Evan?
By looking at the first number, which is 3, so I need 3 tenths.
And then as he gets that out, he's gonna build it. The next step's put it before or after the card. Is it smaller or is it bigger? But he doesn't have a card yet, so he's just gonna build it. So keep going, you're doing great. So for the person that goes first, you don't have any order, you're just gonna explain to your partner how you built it. But the key thing here is the partner's job. Great. So now Evan is going to explain to Sophia how he built it. If the partner turns it over, you have to give feedback. You're like the teacher for your partner. So flip over your sheet. Sophia is going to listen for, Evan is he using 10s and 1s language? How does he know where to put it? So you really want to hear about the 10s and 1s. Okay, so how would you explain to Sophia how you built that?
So I built this by looking at the first number, and I would know that would be 3 tenths. And then I look at the 7, know there would be like 7 units.
All right, now Sophia's turn. Yes, well first, oh no, you flip over another card. Good. All right, so Sophia, what number are you building?
17.
Great. So now she's gonna decide though, does she wanna build it on this side so it's smaller or on the bigger side? if you think about when you have your number line at your desk, and it goes sort of from 0 to 100, so we have 37 is there. Sophia has to think, is 17 gonna go on this side or on this side? Good. And so she's gonna build it. And now she has to prove to Evan why she put it on that side. Oh, I like the way you're checking, lining that up, that's great.
Put on that side, cause there's only one in the tens place, and it has 7 in the ones. Even though the sevens are the same, there's still only one in the tens place, so it's on at 10. It was a 10, 30 is bigger.
Think of that explanation.
I think the explanation is correct, because, if we count up from like tens, so this would be 10, 20, and 30, which would equal to my 30, and then add the 7.
That is great, good. Just gonna keep those together, just so that you keep going. The only thing that I would change is try to use that word, I know it's greater than or less than. So if you say, and I think I said, I know it goes here, so instead of just saying where it goes and pointing, I know it is greater than or less than. Questions? All right, maybe just because we're late, just work where you are. So we have those two. Do you want to switch around again? Perfect. And do you want to switch around again? Oh, you didn't switch around before, but you switched around now. Perfect, excellent. All right, I'm gonna give you your batch. I'm looking to see, lay it out so that everybody will have 4 that they have in order. Yeah, great. Keep going.
For number 23. I know that because the one, the twos are the same number, but that is still has a wall. Because that's like all of my language. Right. That's the same way like that. One is because it's that point so I have that 30 is greater than 21, and then it's greater than 16
Oh, I have 37 is July number 32.
I really like to use it less than 25 and it's I'm gonna put this here, it's greater than 25. And I'm gonna start with 10. So I'm gonna grab 4, 1, 1.
right in the middle. Wow. These guys.
So the first number you have and
Five is greater than three, but, so that's, so that, but I look at the tens place, for these numbers, and so five is greater than one, so that's why it says stuff in the middle.
So I put
Alright, let's go back together. Fantastic work. That was very interesting to see. I loved hearing the feedback that you just gave to each other as well. So Abby, you gave some very detailed feedback to Lizbeth that I heard you say, I loved how you did. Do you remember what that was?
I said I liked how you said less than when you were talking about where to place it. And I also said I liked how you looked at the tens place first and then went to the.
Good to hear that very specific feedback from your peer. Nice job. And Lizbeth, we had a little question where we lined it up. Do you recall what we talked about when you lined it up?
Yeah, when I lined it up, I was able to see that it was half of the tenth unit because my number was 25. So the 5 was half of like a unit of 10, and it reminded me of the block squeeze the other day, the
Cuisinart.
Cuisinart.
Exactly, yes. So some of you put more of the units sort of in a bunch next to it. That's fine, it's not wrong, but it could be a little bit easier if there's some way that you could quickly just see how many there are without having to count them. So excellent. Zach, you had a question because you must see maybe in first grade, they call these tens something different.
Ten sticks, yeah. I didn't know if
Yes.
there's like a difference between like tens or 10 sticks, if there's like a right or wrong.
And did I tell you what is wrong that you don't want to do?
Just say like a stick or like a flat or like a piece, you wanna actually label them with like a numerical number.
With the place value language. That's the key. Because if, you'll see sometimes people got like the long and skinnies and then the hundreds or the flats and things like that. That invents a whole nother language. Like just focusing on the place value language will be great to think about. And who else was going to share out? Danielle, you had something you were gonna share.
So the first thing we did, pulled 41 and then I did 45. And we talked about how they had the same value in the tens place, which is 4, but 5 is greater than 1, so 45 have to be greater than 41.
And Kale, yours is quite similar to that. Is there anything that you would add?
Yeah, so I think I pulled 31 first, and then on my second round I pulled 34. So then when going through and explaining all 4, I just said that 31 and 34 are similar, but they both have 3 tenth units. And then I made a point to emphasize that like 34 just has 3 more ones units than 31 does.
Oh yeah, to see that math, that is great. Sometimes I've seen, when I've done this with past classes, they have looked at, for example, 14 and 25. How did you know actually, or Izzy, that 25 was greater than 14?
Because there was 2 tens, whereas 14 only has 1 10.
Wait, so what did she not even talk about? Say it loud, Brad.
The ones.
I once, if you could believe this, I once had a student that looked at that and he said that the 25 was greater. And I said to him, how did you know? He said, because 5 is bigger than 4. And I said, oh, that's so great. And then we started to build it together and we could talk. But you didn't get fooled by that. That is great. So what is it when we're comparing numbers, what place are we really focusing on first and why? Alexis.
The tens, because if the tens is different, then there's no reason to go look at the ones. But if the 10 is the same, then you have to compare the ones.
Does anybody remember when sometimes in ELA, when we put things in alphabetical order? How is it similar to when you put things in alphabetical order? If I had alligator and Amazon, what do you think is?
Because you're like, so like with alligator and Amazon, like they both start with the A, but then you have to go to like the next letter and kind of you're sorting like down the alphabet as you would with the number.
Interesting, as you would with a number line. I love that connection, great. Okay, so now, you did fantastic partner work. I loved how you were giving each other that feedback. Now I'm curious, you're gonna each build the numbers by yourself this time. Then we are gonna use our Seesaw app that you know that we love. So I'll tell you that in 1 second. So you're going to pull that up, you're gonna take a picture of it, and then you're gonna press the microphone and explain to me, so that I can hear how you're doing it, how you know how you knew the order. I can't wait to hear your tens and ones language, the less than, greater than language. Excellent. And then at the end, I would love to hear your feedback to yourself about what you did really well in this activity. So just giving yourself some feedback. Questions? All right, pretend that we've talked about CSO, but I'll talk about it next. So we're like cut, that's done. So I'm just gonna turn this on. And then